Hi, this is Brian from Slick Truck Parts. We're going to start doing some videos on different parts and pieces that generate questions on the internet and generate questions for us at the shop due to the fact of interchangeability. We're going to start with slicks today. We have 3 wiper motors in front of us that all came from slicks. Starting out here in the middle, we have the single speed. Of course, if you look at the plug and the switch, they're matching. Single speed is the only slick wiper motor that has a detachable wiring harness. This harness comes off completely. Disconnects here on a spade connector. The only one like this. This particular motor and switch setup with different corresponding gearboxes, we'll get into that later. All are used 61 to 66. Over here, we jump to the most common 2-speed. Again, 2-speed, switch and harness. 1, 2, 1, 2, off. Really simple. This plug comes off, but this particular piece is hardwired in, so that harness is not removable. This makes this combination have to go together. Most common 2-speed switch and bracket setup. Again, there's different gearboxes and drive boxes. Panning back to the single speed, there is also different mounting brackets for different motors to go along with that. We'll go into that later in more depth detail, but basically if it's mounted to the bracket, it will work on your firewall. Over here, we jump to the 66 only 2-speed. Date code on the switch, right here in the front. The back of the plug must look like that. 66 from whatever VIN number X, I'm not even sure, used this along with the other 2 previously noted. This particular switch is the most common switch and the only switch that'll work with what everybody wants to do is adding a delay box. The reason why, if you paid attention, it will plug in. It is literally a plug and play, if I can actually plug it in. Maybe I'm on the wrong side. Cut, edit. This is a test run only for my peoples. Anyway, it plugs in. 66 only. There's a 67 switch that looks just like this. They are individually different. Reason is that they're also different between the others. This has a pole to activate the windshield washers. For some odd reason, Ford also did put in the same trucks the push button up above the key cylinder in the dash with having this. It uses these plugs, pins to power the wiper motor, and these 2 right here to control the windshield washer. Correspondingly, here's a later switch plug that has a plug, a solid plastic one that captures them both together. In slicks, they're generally just a solid wire with a spade connector. That's just a sample. Later years use this. Here's the corresponding pigtail for the other side that actually plugs in. To do delay wipers in a slick with a slick motor, OEM motor, you either need to go to a motor design like this, which there's multiple years to get there. Contact us for help on that for purchasing a motor and or even a bracket. Noted the brackets are different. You got to pay attention to that. We can set you up with the switch. This switch will not run the delay module. It takes a special switch. But the delay module shown here and shown here, you can see there are 2 different year ones. They all have the same type of plugs. One of the pins needs to be moved to make the windshield washers work if you so choose to do that. We're going to jump to a bump side switch, just a comparison. The bodies are the same for the 67 and the 66, 66 only and 67. You can see I left the bump side style knob on it. They look the same. For some reason, they are different. They function exactly the same. And then after that, you jump to a switch similar to this one in 68. This one's actually marked 73. Particular year, whatever I pulled it out of. You can see the differences. They all have the same pin orientation, which is the key to making the delay work. More in-depth details can be found online, but this is a pretty easy plug-and-play setup. Mostly we're here today to just talk about the 3 differences in the different wiper motors for the slicks. 2-speed used 61 to 6, single speed used 61 to 6, and the 66 only 2-speed, which had that special switch. We commonly sell the upgrade to get away from these 2 more obsolete switches and wiring harness setups to go to this style to give the customer the opportunity down the road to add the delay, which we keep focusing on. But mostly we're focusing on make sure you get the correct part. They don't just go by year. There's no VIN number we can look up to see which one it had. We need to actually have a picture of the plug or your switch is what we usually ask to help you out to figure out what you need. If you call for a switch, the office manager is going to probably tell you, send me a picture of this plug or the back of this switch, or vice versa, depending on what you're buying, whether you're buying a motor or a switch. This is in case something has been changed, because they're 50-year-old trucks, 50-plus-year-old trucks, and we do conversions on them all the time, and so has everybody for the last umpteen years. So in short, here's an array of wiper motors, and this is just a basic. There's more details in this, but this is the quick down and dirty short edition of the 3 used factory in 61 to 6 era trucks. Thank you for watching. Please check out our other videos and go along. Our customers that have already been here, hopefully this helps anybody new. This gives you more detail. We're probably going to make some more videos. We're not going to go through how-tos. This is just differences of pieces. Thank you. Have a good day. Brian from Slick Truck Parts.